Welcome to the S.H.O.P, the social hub of positivity. Unfortunately, the S.H.O.P has been closed and out of order since that amazing Bert came along. I don't mean a customer, I mean a storm. Unfortunately, the ground floor of our storage was flooded and lots of lovely things were drenched and made unusable. So we're still counting the costs, as I'm sure are many other shops, but possibly more upsetting are people's homes that have been impacted. So I have my hearts go out to anyone and everyone that's had a problem within their homes. Funny, bizarrely, a friend of mine who lives in Foghamshire 2 weeks before the storm had asked me, because our main office is on the corner of Foghamshire, for those who know Chippenham, and he asked about flood insurance. And apparently his insurance company had written to him and said that they would no longer insure him and his property against flooding, which was quite ominous considering 2 weeks later there was his place unfortunately was flooded. So there's a lot of foot here, and it, like a smelly foot, doesn't smell too good. There's some bizarre scenario, isn't it, that obviously to do with climate change, obviously to do with the impacts of centuries of neglect towards the natural environment, and not just neglect, exploitation and destruction by human development, have, whether it's house building in the wrong places, etc., etc., etc. So there's a lot of questions to be asked. One of the questions that I hear being asked, or not often enough in public, is where was the warnings? Where were the local councils, county and town, giving out warnings, particularly to the people in the sort of danger areas? That should be a 24-hour, might I suggest, a 24-hour scenario where all people in a certain demographic or area, geographical area, that are likely to be flooded. And I think we could probably draw that map now, having seen where the water went to on this unfortunate situation with the visitor called Bert. Dara's happening at the moment, and isn't it funny how we call these storms by names? Is it to make them more accessible or more acceptable, as opposed to these sort of inevitable occurrences due to the many centuries, as I say, of not many centuries, certainly since the Industrial Revolution, this whole scenario of that which was once buried deep under the Earth's crust, which enabled life and biological development on the Earth's surface to actually prosper, is being dug up at an incredible rate and splurged back into the biosphere, the stratosphere, etc., our atmosphere. You just have to look at the amount of people that suffer from asthma and how many people in built-up areas die of asthma in any given year to realise that whatever you think the climatical readjustment has been, or the impact has been, it definitely has had a detrimental effect on people's physical health. So whether you believe climate change or not, well, good luck to you. It's definitely a byproduct of the use of petrols, oils, etc. in our developed, for what purpose you might ask, developed. It's a crazy world, isn't it, that we have a development, we have such major advancements in technology that we are only getting closer to our destruction via our want and greed and need to have things faster, to have lots of useless items that are created as byproducts of oil, which, when you trace the history of oil, is something like some combination of dead dinosaurs many centuries ago. But the idea that people can not acknowledge that even if it's just down to asthma, that man's involvement in the rearrangement of that which was placed safely underneath the Earth's crust and now is exploited by humanity to get places faster. Well, the only place we're getting faster is to our own destruction. Remember, the Earth will survive without us. There'll be some other parasite living on the planet once we have no longer got the facility to enable ourselves to live within this environment. And on another note, I noticed that one of the princes, it would sort of be William, wasn't it, was opening a food bank the other day. And you kind of ask yourself, is really poverty, homelessness? There's a figure that they've come up with that would solve it, and I'm pretty sure, check this out yourselves, that there is enough money that has been made by the royal family to actually end homelessness in this country. Check that out. And then when you combine that with the amount of money that's stored away, land and property, not just by the royals, but by the Church of England and the Catholic Church, you start asking your questions. If there is any equality in our system, surely it should be that everyone has a safe home, not flooded, a roof over their heads, and maybe a safe environment to exist and grow themselves and their children. Question mark, people. Go and question it. Read more. Question. We can't perpetuate this ridiculous system anymore. We need to make major adjustments. Anyway, on that lovely note, I wish you all a safe, warm, dry, and positive lead up to the solstice. Good luck now. Spinning